Backstage with Ben Hall. Ben Hall here, standing with Bodhi Young Prodigy.
That's me.
The FSW No Limits champion when we're recording this. Former Versus Pro Wrestling Tag Team champion.
We don't talk about that. True, but we don't talk about that. Currently, I have the most, let's say, relevant title in FSW. I've most certainly made it most relevant title in FSW. I've defended it the most. You see me on screen the most. I bring the best matches on the show. Not even cocky, just kind of true. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is.
Tonight, you're doing commentary.
Yeah, man.
Are you nervous about that?
Nervous about commentary?
Yeah.
Not really, because I'm just going to say what I see, tell it how it is. You know what I mean? There's 4 guys coming for this thing right here, and I just see that as the next person I'm going to give a 450 to, honestly.
Oh man, you've had a hell of a year. You're 17 now. You've been training and working now for 8 years, is it?
Yeah, we're getting around. I think we're getting to 9.
You're getting to 9.
8 since the debut.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel sometimes walking in at your age and being someone who has more experience than some of your other wrestlers that you work with?
Sometimes I might feel like I got the experience, but my opponents don't like to treat me that way. You know what I mean? Also take a couple licks in the match, but I just think it gives me something to prove, something to show for. I think it just makes me me.
Yeah. Now, speaking of proving stuff, you've been proving yourself a lot lately on GCW. Almost stepping into that Nick Wayne spot now that Nick Wayne's not there. How's that going for you?
I don't think I can be the next Nick Wayne. I think I could be the next BYP. But it's pretty funny because some of the guys back there were saying that it's the new guy initiative. That they're like, you'll never be the next Nick Wayne. But I'm feeling good. I know I can do more. But luckily, I've been in the ring with almost every GCW mainstay there is. Mance Warner, Los Desperados, Bussy, Throsy. There's more to name. Jimmy Lloyd, now Broski Jimmy. I just think I have more to show, and I'm lucky to get all these opportunities, and I can do more.
Yeah. Other than like GCW, any other larger promotions out there that you're looking to work or working with?
Luckily now I'm on my summer break, so now's the perfect time to hit up my promotions, go out of state, and luckily we have WrestleMania here next year, and I heard some of the companies that'll be in town. I don't think the crowd should know yet, but when they come, that's the competition right there.
Yeah. You're talking about being on a summer break. You were actually pretty active during the school year. How do you explain that to teachers whenever you take off? And I think a GCW show we were at, you were talking about you were missing a test to be there.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go over? Everyone's got to be wondering.
So it's pretty funny because I'm kind of like Spider-Man, student by day, wrestler by night, and people don't know my secret identity.
Yeah.
But it comes about pretty weird. It's like some kids at the school do know, and then they'll ask me questions in the middle of class. My teachers like to listen in on the conversations. So I was in history class, and my teacher was like, "Wait, Bodhi, you do wrestling like WWE?" And I'm just like nonchalant. I'm like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "In my 15 years of teaching, I have never heard any of this." And then I show my teacher the clips. I showed my 450s, and she, "What?" You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just think it's pretty cool that it's something to get the teachers to know about me, and luckily they all like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's that like though, going to school and being a student and people not knowing? I mean, you come here to FSW or GCW, people know you, they're screaming for you, chanting for you. I think you got a happy birthday chant the last show we were at, but then you go to school and you're doing like trigonometry or
yeah,
PE and stuff. Like, how do you, at your age, we were doing backyard wrestling, stupid stuff. And we told everybody, you're doing this at a professional level and really good at a professional level, and really blowing up. How do you do that without people knowing?
I was talking to someone recently, and they were asking me about school because they hated school and they knew that they wanted to be a pro wrestler. I think about pro wrestling like often when I'm at school. I'm still a good student, obviously. It's just weird to think that like when I'm out of school, I'm not trying to pursue it. You know what I mean? I want to pursue professional wrestling, and it's just weird knowing that. Not that I'm not like other kids, you know, I'm different, but it's just weird knowing that um, the demographic that they talk about, going to college, getting a career, getting a paying job, I'll let it go in one ear, out the other. You know what I mean?
Being younger has a lot of disadvantages. I'm assuming. Are there things that people still do now that when they did when you first came out that like annoy you? I know I've seen like some of the older guys, like mess your hair up and call you son and all that. Does that ever get under your skin for real? Whenever you're in there, just bother you?
You know, it used to, but the more I do it, the more I realize if they mess up my hair, I can just mess up their hair. You know what I mean? Or if they mess up my hair, easy, give them the 450.
Yeah.
So I don't let it get under my skin. You know what I mean? Out of all these matches, getting the title, I think it has toughened me up along the way. You know what I mean? As you saw in my match with Devin Reno recently, I let out a BYP that I don't think many people know that was there. You know what I mean? Because he was trying to get under my nerves, and I didn't let it happen, and I just boom, bang, boom, bop.
That was probably one of the best matches I've seen you in. I think you and Jordan Oliver at my show,
Your show, yeah.
was really good. It showed a different dynamic of you, but the Devin Reno match was like that's probably the most hard hitting I've seen BYP, and
It's only gonna get worse.
That's awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You really started to break out of your shell whenever you were having this feud with Danny Limelight earlier this year or late last year.
Last year, yep.
Remember. What was it like working with Danny, and what did you pick up from working with him?
As much as he said, as much as he did in the ring, I think it brought it out of me, and I gotta give him credit for that. You know what I mean? I think, like he was saying, I'm acting like a joke. I might be a joke, but when I was in the ring with him, it was real. You know what I mean? And I think now I'm a different person, especially because it was all for this, and I spent 7 months of him torturing me, and then I got this. And of course, that night was not my luckiest night, but I just think that it's these experiences. It's not fun while you're in them, but when you look back on them, I did that.
Yeah. You took I think a tornado DDT from his daughter in one of those matches. How'd that feel to go viral with that?
They didn't even tag me in the post.
What? Daddy, come on, man. You know social media. How can you not tag me?
Yeah. So let's just say this. Me and Danny might be cool nowadays, but me and Danny's daughter, nah, it's all smoke. Yeah. And if she ever becomes a professional wrestler, the 450, the title is waiting right there.
Oh man. I've been really close with you and your family, and seeing you in matches, it affects me a lot, like it affects them. You do a lot of high risk moves, and your family and myself and other people are like, oh my god, every time you do it, and then you just pop up. But how do going out there and doing those moves, knowing that people who care about you are watching, are you ever worried that you're going to scare them more than a quick like, oh my god, whenever you're like jumping out of the ring and stuff?
Nope. Because here's what happens. My mom has been on this journey with me for so long that she knows that this is part of my daily routine. Like I was in a match 2 years ago, and I separated my shoulder. You were refereeing that one.
Yeah, and you told me you were okay. Yeah, just so everyone knows, I didn't call the match because this dude said, I'm okay, I'm not hurt, ha 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 ha.
Oh yeah, I wanted to finish the match. I did a 450 with a broken shoulder, but my mom thought I was selling until everyone was like calling her backstage, and she was like, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just like, oh, muffin, yay.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. He separated his shoulder in the match. I asked him if he's good because, I'm a referee, and I'm like, you might want to get out of here. But, I'm good. He goes and he has a smack off of, I think, Eli Evans, and then jumps out of you're crazy. It's just, seeing you grow these last few years and seeing the stuff you've done, it amazes me, blows my mind. I'm really like, you have no idea the effect that you've had on my life. So I worry when you do that kind of stuff, and I know a lot of people do, but you do it so well. and you know, everyone appreciates whenever you put your body on the line doing that stuff.
They better.
Yeah, they better. But like, is does it ever just run through your mind that maybe I should tone it down a little, you know, or slow down, or do you just want to go full force while you can, while you're young and your body's like, more durable than us old people?
I mean, maybe, but I could say that I will tone it down, and then my next match I'll go do a whatever bomb. Um, no, I think I'm confident in my abilities. I train my body. You know, some people who don't know much about wrestling, they think, oh, we're just, play fighting on an air mattress. But we're trained professionals here, you know what I mean? And me putting my life on the risk, I know what I'm getting myself into. If I didn't know what I was doing in there, I wouldn't do it. So everything you see from me in the ring, it has intention behind it.
All right. Well, I know we're getting ready for a show. I just want to grab you for a few minutes. I really appreciate you, Bodhi. Thank you for coming on
Yep.
Backstage with Ben Halder. You have a good one, man.
You too.